y'all. Okay, so same outfit, same hair. I actually just got done filming another video. I think it was my weight loss inches video. Hang on, let's turn this a little bit because we don't want the, oh my god, now you can't even see me, can you? Wait, what? Wait, what? Is that good lighting? What? Hang on. That's decent. Okay, so I wanted to do a social anxiety update video because I have not done one of those in a long time because I haven't really had anything to update, to be honest with you, until now. It's not a good update. It's definitely, I've taken a turn for the worse, not better, and things are just really out of whack right now for me. And I'll just kind of start, because I don't really ever know where to start in these type videos, but here I go. So there's something, you know, that's causing, that started causing my anxiety, okay? I don't want to talk about it. You know, certain things you aren't meant to share with the whole world, you know, they're just meant for, like, you. But rest assured, me and Joseph are fine. It's not my marriage, okay? That's, like, the best thing ever. But, it is something that's affecting me, okay? So, the other day, it was last Friday, so a week and 1 day ago, I think. Yeah, it was a week and 1 day ago. I was taking a nap, and I woke up. This is about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I, all of a sudden, freaked out. I was home by myself. My husband was at work. First, I started just thinking worrisome thoughts about whatever it is that's bothering me, which, like I said, is going to stay personal. I started thinking worrisome thoughts about that. Then the thoughts got more intense to where they became like, almost like extreme. You know what I mean? Like, to where, you know, well, at the time you don't know it's anxiety, but looking back, you know it's anxiety because it's things that aren't likely to just happen just like that, but very well could happen eventually. So, you know, my mindset is in panic mode. I'm freaking out. The one thing that I always do when I'm freaking out, no matter where I'm at, is I call someone. The person I usually call first is always Joseph because he's really good with me, with calming me down, talking real sweet and genuine and making me feel better. The second person I usually go to is, I'd say, my mom. The third person I'd say is Jennifer, my best friend. Third and fourth would be Jennifer or Mary Ellen, my sister-in-law, because she has anxiety attacks and she understands. Like, she doesn't even say, like, what's wrong? She knows, like, something's wrong. I'm not going to ask because obviously if I wanted to tell her, I would. She's good like that. Like, she's just like, so basically I call my husband, he doesn't answer. All of a sudden I'm sitting in the bedroom and I just start like screaming. It was like, like I couldn't catch my breath, and then I start kind of like screaming in a sense because I felt so alone. I was terrified. I didn't realize where everybody was at. I didn't know why I was by myself. So I called my sister-in-law. I couldn't talk at that point because I couldn't even catch my breath, but my sister-in-law knew it was me. She knew I was freaking out. She knew what was wrong. She knew, you know, she knows I have anxiety. So she's so cute and she's so sweet. She sent her boyfriend, which I consider my brother-in-law because they've been together like 10 years. So I just call him my brother-in-law. She was like, okay, Chad is in your area. He's getting something for so-and-so, and I'm going to send him over there right now. So don't you worry. Everything's fine. And I'm just like, and so I hang up the phone with her. And so then a few minutes later, my doorbell rings, and it was my brother-in-law. He's real good with it too because he actually has suffered anxiety attacks before too. Not as often as I do or as often as my sister-in-law does, but enough to where he knows how, like, he knows kind of that you're fine. He knows you're not like dying. He knows you're just panicking. So he came inside. I was a mess. I had just tears all over my face. I was just like so sad. I felt like my dog had died. In fact, my sister-in-law thought my dog had died. She did not know what was wrong with me. So Chad comes over. We go sit. I'm like, when he first walks in, like, we go sit. This sounds weird, but come on, don't be disgusting, y'all. We sit in the front bedroom. Like, I sit on the bed and he's just standing there because I really couldn't even think clearly. So I'm sitting there and I'm just, you know, not saying anything, you know, because I mean, who can talk when they're having an anxiety attack? So he's just kind of like standing there and just like, you need anything? It's gonna be okay, just breathe, you're okay, blah blah. And so I'm like, and Chad had never seen me like this before. Like, he'd never seen it this bad before. So it's kind of embarrassing a little bit, but at the same time it was not, because he is my family. And I don't know, it's just it's something that I deal with and I can't help it. So it's not like there's any use in being embarrassed about it, because you can't control it. If you could, you would. So then we went to the master bedroom, which is huge. It's where I have like my fan. It's where I was hanging out to begin with, where I was asleep. I had my water, my phone, like everything. So we went in there. We turned my big fan on and we both just sat like Indian style. He just sat kind of, you know, close to me, away but close. Brought me a bottle of water, brought me tissue, a ton of tissue. I was just crying and I was like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, no, you don't talk. He's like, just play your game, because I was playing Candy Crush, but I really wasn't playing it because my brain was not all there. So I was kind of just like moving like the little jelly beans around and hoping that I was like playing or something, but I really wasn't. But he was like, just keep playing your game. And I was like, can you call Joseph? You know, and he's like, yeah, let me call him and see where he's at. Until he calls Joseph, and Joseph's like, you know, I'm almost home. He was off work. He didn't leave work. I would never have that unless I was dying or something. But so he was almost home and he walked in, and you know, like your husband or your significant other, like you can just look at each other and just know, okay, this might sound corny, but you can just almost share a thought. Like, you can just almost know what the other one is thinking. And that's kind of what happened. Like, he walked in and he just looked at me and just smiled, and, you know, to let me know that he knew what was going on and that it's okay. You know, it's okay that I'm freaking out. And the situation's going to be okay. And so he gave me a hug, and then him and Chad talked for a little bit, and I took my medicine. Oh, Chad also got my medicine for me. So I took that. It's kind of like an emergency medicine for when I'm having a panic attack, and it will usually calm me down 90% of the time. So I took that, and yeah, and then I just climbed in the bed, and them two talked for a bit, and that was, you know, that. Well, from then on out, every single day I've had that nervous pit in my stomach that I used to tell you all about, where it's just like so uncomfortable. You feel like you're about to give a speech. You feel like you're about to be taken to death row. I don't freaking know, but it feels awful. You feel terrible. Oh, it's not like you're sick, not like a sick stomach, but like a knot in your stomach. I don't know how to explain it, but oh God. And then, you know, I cried and cried. I would just like start talking to someone, and then I would just start crying really hard. And, you know, my mom was like, are you gonna be able to go to work tomorrow? And I'm like, of course, you know, I love going to work. Work helps me. I've got to go, you know, blah, blah. So I ended up going to work. It was Monday. So this week of Monday. Or was it Thursday? You know what? I don't even know the days. All I know is I was there for 2 hours, had an anxiety attack, had to leave because I couldn't get it under control. Mind you, I'm in a room by myself. Like, when I know I'm about to freak out, which I know when I'm going to freak out, I don't know how much or to what extent, but I can feel my nerves coming. I will not step outside, but step out of the call center that I'm in, and I will go to a room and take my medicine. That time the medicine did not help me, so I had to go home, and I told my boss, you know, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow was the next day was kind of an optional day, so it was okay. I was like, but I will see you Saturday morning. And she's like, okay, because my bosses, I'm really close to both of them, and one of them used to be my neighbor, so she knew me. She's known me for 6 years. She's known, like, about when I had agoraphobia, when I never left my apartment. Like, she was always like, girl, what did you do in that apartment for like all day, every day? You never left. And I'm like, I freaking sat in there and cried and ate myself. Like, okay, that sounded so gross. I meant to say ate myself fat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just ate a bunch of junk and stuff. Just because I had agoraphobia and depression and stuff. But, you know, my boss, we actually had a talk when I came back in on Saturday, which was yesterday. And when I first walked in, I was very nervous, and then I was okay. Because I love everybody at my work. They're all women. They're all girls. And, I don't know, it's just a good environment. It's a very positive environment. So me and her talked about the situation and decided that what we're going to do is, she's like, I know you have this. You know, I know you. I know this is real. I know, you know, you cannot help this. If you could, you would. She's like, so what we can do from here on out is, if you feel like you're starting to have a panic attack, don't feel like you need to try and call me and tell me or tell anybody. Get up, go to where you need to go, you know, well, it's called the red room, and sounds weird, but go to the red room, you know, take your time. You'll just have extra breaks if and when you need them. Take your medicine. Like I said, 90 to 99% of the time my medicine works. Like 2% of the time, 1% of the time it doesn't. She's like, when you feel better, come back to work. Don't say anything. She's like, chances are I won't even know you're gone. She's like, but if you're not able to, you know, calm down and get it under control, all you have to simply do is just call. When she says call me, she means call me on the, like, extension. She's like, just call me and just say, I have to go for the day. And that's that. Because I always told her I feel really awkward. Like, even though she's my friend, I feel awkward telling her, like, I feel really nervous, like, I need to go, I can't, you know, it's just awkward for me. And then we talked about days, which these are very few and far between, but there are days that I just cannot get it together at all to even get to work. That's maybe like once a month. And I know that might sound like a lot to y'all, but it's not a lot for me considering, like, my history. And she's like, and on those days that you just cannot come, she's like, you just call me and you just tell me, I cannot make it in today, but I will see you tomorrow. And I was like, oh, call me or the other girl. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, that really, really helps me a lot. I mean, to know that, like, they care enough about me to work with my situation. You know, granted, you know, I am going to have a note from my doctor in my file stating that I do have panic, anxiety, social anxiety disorder. And that is why every now and then I need to take, you know, an extra break, or I might have to leave a little bit early once every blue moon, or, you know, things like that, because that way the boss, you know, will know that it is a medical condition, it is a sickness, whatever, that I cannot help. So I wanted to tell y'all that because I wanted to share with y'all that I never knew there were ways of, like, working a job and letting people know that you do have this problem that you can't help. But, like, you can't just quit your job. You know, you can't quit your job. And there are ways of working around it that it won't affect you and it won't get you fired and things like that. And I just think that it was really important for me to share that with y'all, because I feel like that's a problem with a lot of people with anxiety, not just social anxiety, but just generalized anxiety, or even if you just have panic attacks. You know, talk to your employer, let them know, you know, just kind of how I did. And sometimes it's a little awkward, but just think of it this way. It's a lot less awkward to talk about it and to say, this is what is wrong with me. This is why I act like this. This is why this happens, because of this. It's not because I'm crazy or I'm dramatic or I'm, you know, off my rocker. It's because of this. And then it becomes not an elephant in the room, but it becomes something that they get, like they understand. And they'll understand when you're having an off day or things like that. So I could keep talking for like 2 hours. Y'all know that. So I got to stop. But let me know if this video helped y'all, please, because I will definitely do more of them. And I love y'all so much. And I will talk to y'all soon. Okay, love y'all. Bye, y'all.